Hello, this is Brian again. Welcome back to my Monte Cristo Peak and Iron Mountain hike. Well, most of the way up. It took me a laboriously long time to get up here. The snow will slow you down. It's very steep coming up the way I came up. It's starting to moderate. I'm hoping this is not a false summit. This part's tough. I'm not gonna lie. This part here is tough, especially with this snow on the ground, because my feet keep wanting to slip. I do recommend bringing micro spikes on a hike like this. Just trying to make it up. Hoping this is not a false summit, but would not be surprised if it is. I knew when I got to this lip here, I knew it was because I saw higher ground behind it. So let's see. It took me very, very long time to get up here. I think these are bear tracks. I think. I don't know. Almost like little human tracks, but I doubt any little kid would be crazy enough to come out here alone in the snow. Very highly doubt that. But the sun's getting warm, not gonna lie. It's getting very warm up here because the sun's hitting you and it's bouncing off the snow. So it feels kind of warm. And the air's cool, but the sun's very warm. But getting close to this part here. Let's hope that this is it. I have to stop every few feet to relax a bit. Like I said, being out of shape will definitely take its toll. I wouldn't call this a strenuous hike, especially on a normal basis when there's no snow on the ground. But snow definitely kicks it up a notch. But actually, the real steep parts, I've had to literally shovel my feet into the snow at a semi-perpendicular angle just so I can get a good foothold. Yeah, I see some higher ground over there. So bear with me. This might be the least interesting part of the video, at least for now, especially as I'm trying to slog up this crazy slope here. I didn't want to start filming further back, or else this would have been kind of a boring video of me just stepping on snow. Footing's about to get easier. All right. Okay. So I was right. It's kind of a false summit. All right. It's pretty steep coming up here. Kind of dreading going back down. That's going to be fun. I'm hoping that's it. It's been a beautiful hike, I'll tell you that. It's totally worth getting off my butt to come out. So here's to hoping I'm just about there. Let's see. Gotta climb up this hill, and I'll have a better idea. Trekking poles would be a good idea, especially on the firebreak sections. Especially in the snow. Using them to get up Monte Cristo Peak would be a good idea too, because part of that area is really steep, but it's not as snowy as it is here. Right now, we're barely at 5,000 feet in elevation, so snow is much deeper than it is on Monte Cristo Peak. All right, it's getting a little crazy again. Now that I think about it, I really think that is round top. I think that really is round top. Sure fits the shape of it. I know I was kind of pondering it in the videos before, thinking, I don't know if that looks high enough. I really think it is. Appearance is going to be deceiving. Oh boy. So, I don't see anything higher. All right, just about the summit. Yep, it's a little summit triangle. Well, here it is, Iron Mountain, number 3. Whew. There's a little triangle sign over there. Oh boy, that was steep. That was crazy. So sit, Iron Mountain number 3. I'm gonna go over here because I think the highest point's over here. Holy moly! Last bit was a beast of a climb. Not gonna lie. Whew. Yeah, I think this is the highest point right here. Triangle sign is not actually on the highest point, so I'm still walking uphill. So, I guess this birch leaf circocarpus will mark the summit. This is it. Iron Mountain, 5,060 plus. Always worth it. I may slog, I may even complain a little when I'm trampling up the slope. But I'll tell you, in the end, it is worth it. It is totally worth it. Then we get some more backcountry stuff over here. There's Angeles Forest Highway. So I could have come up that firebreak. I think it was from this side. Could have come straight up the firebreak, but I decided not to because I knew it was going to be very steep and slippery. Coming up from the slightly less steep firebreak on this side proved to me that what I did was the right decision in my case. I decided to take an longer but easier approach, so I'll end up burning myself out climbing up this beautiful mountain peak. Awesome peak. Just want to see if there's a... See, go by that triangle sign. Sometimes they have registers on these peaks. There wasn't one that I saw on Monte Cristo Peak. Then again, I think it's a very scarcely known summit here in Angeles National Forest. So yeah, I'm pretty convinced that that's Round Top. Now I am looking at it. I was thinking, can't be that much higher, but I think what tripped me up is I was so far beneath it that I was looking at this little part right here, this little shelf right here, looked like a peak itself. So if I were climbing up the firebreak, that would be a false summit, and I'd be looking at it like, oh boy, got more to go. So here's a little triangle sign. And some really gnarly, beautiful views up here. So you got this dirt road winding all around, and you got a fire break going up over to that summit over there, which would probably be a pretty cool peak to visit. But it's pretty cool being up here. And now we got the front range, parts of the front range over here. All right, well, Vetter Mountain starts the back country. That's Vetter Mountain with a newly rebuilt lookout tower that almost burnt again during the Bobcat fire, but the Bobcat fire didn't quite make it to the top of Vetter. I know it burned near Charlton Flats, that's for sure. I think that's Mount Sally over there, that ridge. I think that's Mount Sally. I'm pretty sure that is. Then you got Barley Flats over here. The burn did reach up towards the Barley Flats area, but I see some of the trees around the summit of that survived. And then, wait, it's that pointy peak right there. That's San Gabriel Peak, which is not on the same ridge line. It's further down. It's closer to Mount Wilson. Then we got Mount Lawler, Strawberry Peak, and there's Josephine Peak. I did flirt with the idea of climbing Josephine today. Actually, it would have been a longer hike and more elevation gain. But, and it looks like the Josephine Fire Road would be pretty much like this, but maybe even more so because it's higher up. See, and there's Mount Lukens. I think that pointy one's Fox Mountain. I think that's Condor Peak or Condor Point. And I think the other Iron Mountain might be further off, but I'm not sure. That could be Iron Mountain. But I'm not quite so not quite so hip to the peaks out to the further western part of the San Gabriels, as I really haven't had any experience over there. So, and that should be Round Top. That should be Granite Mountain, and that right there should be Rabbit Peak. Looks like a pretty pointy peak. I bet you going up that fire break is pretty gnarly. But then you got Upper Big Tahunga Canyon Road, kind of winding its way along here. That'll lead you up there towards Shortcut Saddle, which is not that far from Mount Sally. And you got Angeles Forest Highway going through here. So this is my first ever Iron Mountain. Like I said, there are at least 3 Iron Mountains here in the San Gabriels. One of them that's off in that direction, like I said. Might be one of those there. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. And then, obviously, this Iron Mountain, this is the lowest of the 3. And then, Big Iron Mountain is the one near Mount Baldy, to the west, along San Antonio Ridge. And that one's supposed to be a heck of a doozy to get to. I think it entails more than 6,000 feet of climbing from Allison. Where is it? The Allison Mine Trail or Use Trail. I forget the name of the flats, or I can't. For some reason, there's a campground there, or camping and trailhead spot. For some reason, the name just slips my mind. But you can reach the Allison Use Trail to Allison Saddle, and then climb up a firebreak to big time Iron Mountain. So here we are. My legs are definitely a little tired after this one. Not gonna lie, my legs are tired. But before I go, I gotta go take my summit selfies, my few summit pictures, so I can start adding my summits to Peakery again, like I used to. I've really been lacking on that lately. So, probably won't be filming as much down, but I will update. I will update on my way down as to whether I take the dirt road all the way down to the backside of Monte Cristo Peak, and the dirt road where I showed in clip number 1, where I was looking for those desert olive bushes. So I'm thinking about taking that. Should be a little gentler on the descent. I was almost flirting with going directly down the firebreak here, but I don't know if that's a good idea, because it's going to be extremely slippery. So I'll see you on my next clip and give you an update of how I'm doing.